Hello my darlings, my name is Lulu and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a wear test impressions of this, which is the Makeup Revolution Fast Base Stick Foundation. Now, before I get into putting this on, I'm just going to quickly read through the website on this. So it says, an easy application stick formula melts into the skin and blends seamlessly to leave a fresh, dewy finish. You can apply with fingers, a beauty sponge or your favourite foundation brush. Fast Base Foundation quickly perfects contours and highlights your complexion. Okay, so it doesn't give you much information on, say, what you should expect from coverage. However, it does say that we should have a dewy finish, so that at least gives us some basis of what we're working with. I have already primed my skin and put my eyebrows on, as you can see. To prime my skin, I use the Makeup Revolution Hydrate Primer, same brand, hoping that it would work better together. Now, I have the shade F1, and this is for fair with neutral undertones. However, I've got a very pink undertone, but the shade that was fair with pink undertones was far too dark for me, and even kind of when I would have mixed lightening kind of product into it, it still would have been too dark. So I had to go with the neutral one. It still is a bit too dark, but I'm hoping I'll be able to make it work. So I'm just going to go straight from the little stick. I don't really know how much I'm meant to use of this, so I'm just going to swipe 3 stripes onto my cheek like so. And actually, I am just going to dab a little bit of the lightning drops that I use over the top. Now, one side of my face I'm going to do with a brush and one side of the sponge, just to see if there's a difference in application. The brush I'm using is the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. Okay, so it's quite a creamy formula. It's not too hard to blend out, in the sense of I don't feel like I'm having to work hard on the brush. I mean, I can definitely see some of the dew coming through, although the Hydrate Primer obviously makes that probably a little bit more emphasised. Okay, so that's like a nice medium kind of coverage I've got there, and that's from 3 swipes. So I'm just gonna put a bit on my forehead. I find when I'm doing my forehead it doesn't matter if it's a little bit darker. It's not quite as obvious, it's just so I can leave out the lightning drops. That's one layer over this side of my face, and it is definitely a nice medium coverage. It's not full coverage by any means. I've definitely still got things peeking through that you can see. You can still see some of my freckles and a little bit of my scarring. But overall, it has a nice kind of glowy look to the skin. It looks quite healthy and is making my skin look very plump. It's ever so slightly sitting on my skin. I'm not that sure whether if I just went over that with a beauty sponge that would help, but no, it looks nice. Definitely looks nice. So I'm going to do the other side with my beauty blender. I'm going to do the same thing. 2, 3, and then and bounce this in. Okay, so it's not hard to blend with a sponge. You do have to work a little bit with it, more than the brush, but it's not bad. I've used stick foundations before that trying to blend them with a sponge would take you all day, so it's definitely nowhere near the worst I've tried. It's got a similar texture to the Makeup Forever stick foundation, if you ever use that. It's creamy and blendable and still got some coverage. It's not got as much coverage as the Makeup Forever stick, but it does have similar qualities, and it definitely does remind me of that, blending it out on my skin. I'm just going to see if I can build it up on this cheek, just to see if I can get a bit more coverage, because it's definitely a medium, kind of low medium. Yeah, I think I'm just about getting that. It's not building badly, I'm just not that sure it's giving me a huge more amount of coverage by building it. I think it's a product that you're better just maybe putting a little bit more on to start with, but I'm not sure that going over it again with more product will give you a fuller coverage result. Okay, so that is both sides done, and I'm just actually gonna go over my chin. Okay, so I think actually this is going to be one of those foundations that I personally prefer to use with blending it in with a brush and then going over my whole face with my sponge afterwards. But it definitely doesn't look bad. It's sitting a little bit funny on my nose and a little bit here on my forehead, but otherwise it looks really nice and healthy and glowy. So it definitely has the dew that they say it does, so it'll be interesting to see, because of that, how it wears and whether it means that it kind of disappears throughout the day. I'm now going to put some concealer on because I want to see how it blends in. I'm just going to use some Tarte Shape Tape. Okay, so concealer blends in nicely. It definitely doesn't go funny or separate at all, which is good because I definitely have used foundations in the past where I've added concealer and there's been an obvious separation. I'm just going to set this because it feels a bit tacky still. And I don't want to try and blend product out onto it and have it move all over my face. So I'm just going to take a really big fluffy brush and dip it into my MAC Studio Fix powder and just then tap it over my skin. I'm mainly just focusing this on my cheeks where I'm going to be applying most of my other product, and a little bit on my forehead. Okay, so that's set and it's still got some dew to it, which is nice even though I've set it. I'm also just going to see how it takes applying bronzer, just so I can see if it moves at all on camera. Sorry, the reason I'm looking here is my mirror is literally just off camera here. Yeah, okay, so it's taking bronzer well, it's not patching or sticking to anything. And the bronze is blending really nicely out on top of it. Okay, so I just put the rest of my makeup on, and then actually I've been sitting here on the phone to my mother for about an hour now, so it's definitely had a good amount of time to kind of settle into my skin and sit and... Okay, so my forehead looks really smooth and really nice and I'm really happy with it. However, just around the corners of my nose and on my chin, it's not even that it looks cakey, it just looks a little bit separated and like it's not really blended into my skin properly, and almost like it's sitting on my skin more than it is blending into my skin. Otherwise, I do like how it looks and it doesn't feel heavy at all, so I can't really tell that I'm wearing it, which is nice. What do you guys think about how's it looking? I don't know, I quite like it. I definitely think so far that it's something I'd wear again. It's just how long it'll hold up and last. So I will come back in another couple of hours and we can have a look. Okay, so it's now 1 o'clock and that means I've had this on for about 4 hours now, and overall it hasn't really got any worse on the rest of my face. I've still got that kind of sitting kind of layer on my chin and around my nose, but the rest of my skin still looks really smooth and really good and really healthy. So I'm really quite impressed with this so far. Yeah, I definitely think it's something I would wear again. I'm not sure it's something I would wear if I was doing like a full glam makeup, but I definitely think as an everyday foundation that this is a really good option. Come on. Good girl. Sorry, my dog has just jumped on my bed and is now sprawled across my legs going to sleep. So excuse me being very distracted, but no, foundation looks nice and I'm definitely impressed, and it's definitely a thumbs up so far. Hey guys, so it's now around 4 PM and I'm really sorry, but I'm gonna actually have to stop this here. I've got a really bad migraine coming again and my eyes are slightly starting to kill, as well as starting to feel really nauseous, so I just need to kind of get this makeup off my face, take some tablets and go to sleep. So I mean, I've had it on since 9, so I have had it on for a good amount of time, but yeah, apart from my chin, which has got a bit worse, I really do think this is a good foundation. The coverage could be higher, and I don't think you should go into this foundation if you're looking for a high coverage stick foundation, because it's just not what this product is. However, for a medium coverage dewy foundation, it is really nice. It gives a kind of soft focus look to the skin where it doesn't look like anything's kind of too heavy. It definitely kind of blurs out your skin slightly. However, it does look like it is sitting on my chin, and it is doing the same around my nose. It's just sitting a bit strangely instead of kind of being blended into my skin like it is on my forehead. However, I've got to say I do definitely like this foundation and I will be wearing it again, and overall I definitely recommend this foundation. But yeah, no, I really like this. I'm sorry that this bit of the video is a little bit kind of lackluster and not really kind of with it, but my head is killing me and the lights in front of me are making it worse, so I kind of just want to get off. So I love you guys and thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.